All right, guys, sorry about that. I lost my internet or something happened and I had to start over here. So sorry about that. We're actually we're actually mid-flight. I'm going to go over the plan here, but yeah, if something happened there, apologize for that. This is episode number 7 of my FSEconomy flight getting the SR20 to Hawaii. We're in flight. Flying from 4 points. So let me pull up the sky vector. I'm going to go over the plan again here. But yeah, we just had a bit of a glitch. I was about 20 minutes into the stream. So basically, we're going from Four Corners Regional to Grand Canyon National. We're making a stop at Page. We're flying at about 12,000 feet right now. We're probably right about here. Okay, heading into Page, and we're going to pick up some passengers in Page. See, we've got 3 passengers to Page, and we're going to get them to Grand Canyon and Grand Canyon National, and that's just closer and closer to getting to California and box this thing up and ship it to Hawaii. That's the whole goal here. All right, so sorry about that, guys. So yeah, but listen, I don't know what the hell happened there. Something happened with the internet, and I got it back, and now we're good to go. So before we go here, I want to mention VR Aviators on Facebook. There's a link in the description. VR Aviators, sorry, facebook.com/groups/VR Aviators. Got 145 members already in about 2 weeks, or 3, I guess it's 2.5 weeks. Make sure you check that out and join if you're interested, and a lot of great conversations there. So anyway, back to the flight. I guess I could talk about everything I talked about before because the other one is going to be gone. So yeah, I apologize for that. I'm not sure what the hell happened there. But in any event, so I was talking about upgrading my computer, and I'm planning on. I was looking at upgrading like the CPU, the memory board, sorry, the motherboard, and the M.2 drive to a faster M.2 drive. And I found out that my motherboard, which is the Gigabyte Z170X-UD5-TH, is, with a flashed update, will be able to support the i7 7700K CPU. And I have a 6700 now. Going to a 7700K is going to give me about a 25% pop in performance on the CPU side. So I'm really thinking about flashing the BIOS and getting that CPU, and I could sell my old CPU for like $200. So it's really like $100 net cost to upgrade and get 25% more CPU power. And plus I can overclock it if I want to, which, you know, I could probably go a little bit even higher, and to the point where I can get like a gigahertz more in clock speed, which is pretty substantial. So in any event, that's the plan, probably in the next few weeks, to do that. The other thing I'm planning on doing, I mentioned this before, is getting a new hard drive, fast hard drive, probably Western Digital Black, 4 terabyte, to do ortho in multiple places, so I can improve the scenery, and so that should be good too. So that's the plan on upgrading the PC. And yeah, I decided to go. I've been looking back and forth on which hard drive to get. The preference is the Western Digital Black, which has really good reviews for gaming because of its speed and stuff. But also I was looking at the Toshiba X300, which is about $100 cheaper. But I read that it's kind of noisy, and that it's not as fast, and that it's got more failures. So I think I'm going to bite the bullet and spend like $185 on the Western Digital 4 terabyte for my ortho project, which I'm going to be starting soon. So some cool things happening on the channel. I'm going to be upgrading the speed of my PC, so hopefully that'll allow me to bring you better, faster content, and I'll be upgrading to ortho. Now I'm still limited by Oculus Mirror, which is what you see when you're looking at the cockpit. Unfortunately, even though I see everything in a little bit above 1080p in the headset, you're seeing it at about 720p, because Oculus Mirror doesn't properly give me a desktop mirror of true 1200p, which is what the combined eye is. Combined two eyes are for Oculus Rift. It's about 720p, so you're not really seeing the full deep density of graphics that I see. And my understanding is that X-Plane Native, when they come out, they're going to have single eye mirroring, which kind of sucks for people that stream VR. So I'm still going to be limited by Oculus Mirror. So until Oculus Mirror figures out a way to up the density of their mirroring program, or I figure out a way to do it, which I haven't been able to do it, the graphics that you see are not going to be as good as what I see, unfortunately. Unless, now I could stream in 720p, and it would look better, and maybe that's what I'm going to end up doing until things change. But in any event, we're kind of limited by that. So I'm looking forward to the PC upgrade. I'm looking forward to the hard disk upgrade to continue to improve things. And these are just examples of me putting money back into the channel and the content that, you know, I make from you guys clicking on ads and Patreon support. And if you shop on Amazon, you know, make sure you click the links below when you shop on Amazon this holiday season, because that, you know, just adds some. It's really does no effect on the cost that you're paying, but I'll get a little bit of commission money, and it'll help me just improve things for the channel. So if you do, just look in the link below. It says shop on Amazon. Click on that, and whatever you buy on Amazon, I get a little commission on. So I appreciate that, the support of the channel. Anyway, hopefully you guys are back after my mishap there, which kind of sucked. But we're back. We're back in the plane here. We've got 28 minutes to go before we get to Page. So what I'm going to do is let me just set up my. I don't need this guy anymore. Let me just set up our SETCOM 1 to 122.8.
COM1 set to 122.8.
That's CTEF. SETCOM 2 to 120.62.
COM2 set to 120.62.
Okay, so that's our what do you call it? ATIS, all right? Traffic patterns are left traffic. Let's just see which. We're going to probably want to come in on, let's see. Coming from the west, so probably either 1.5 or 3.3 would be good for us. The other one's kind of short. I'd rather have the longer runway. Let's see, 1.5 or 3.3. So 1.5 and 3. 1.5 is left traffic. 3.3 is right traffic. So 1.5 is left traffic. So we can enter on the left base. So why don't we enter left base for 1.5? Let's do that. We'll enter left base for 1.5, and then that'll be a clean way to land there. All right, cool. Left base for 1.5. All right, that's the plan. Now we are going to get some Grand Canyon view after we get. You can see here we're gonna. Once we get to Page, pick up the view of what lake is this? Oh crap, Lake Powell. Okay, once we'll have Lake Powell on our right, and once we take off from Page is at 4,300, so we're gonna have to get down a little bit here pretty soon. But once we get out of Page, we're gonna do some nice flying right over the Grand Canyon as we get to Grand Canyon National, and we should be lined up right with the runway at Grand Canyon National, which would be runway 21. All right, so there you go. Plan is in place. All right, let's see. We are at 12,000 feet. We've got 74 miles to go. We're clicking 142. Engine looks good. Pretty cold outside, -9 Celsius. tanks are well balanced. Let's just check the engine out here. Yep, we're burning 12 per hour. Nice, 500 nautical mile range on the gas we have left, which is great. We're starting to get some nice scenery here. You see down there, we got some nice peaks and stuff in the valley. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's one area. Grand Canyon is an area I'd like to have an ortho. So that would be part of the project. Alaska, that's another part of the project that I'd like to do. Hawaii I already have, but what I'm planning on doing is much denser, like 17 or 18 pixel density, I guess it's called, in ortho, so really get some dense graphics. Be awesome. That's why I want to get. Maybe I will get a 6 terabyte. That way I don't have to worry about anything. I can do as much as I want. Because I'd like to do the Caribbean too. That'd be kind of cool. Do the UK. Yeah, I don't fly in the UK, Colin. I don't fly in the UK. I'm mainly US and Canada and Latin America. So yeah, maybe I will do some parts of the UK. That would be kind of cool. I don't really know that geography very well, so that would be kind of a learning experience. We shall see. All right. Let's see. We're gonna want to stay at where we are until we get to this plateau. So probably it looks like about let's see, that's 150, so 75. So probably about 40 miles out, we're going to see a plateau, and that's when we're going to want to start to come down. So I actually probably could come down to around 10 now. Which, why don't we do that? Let's go vertical, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just go down to no, I know there's a way to do this with plane command, and I should really learn how to do that. We'll go 10.2. I think we should be okay there. Let's go vertical speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go down 400 feet per minute. We'll also pick up a little speed. Speaking of speed, I love that view. Yeah, this would have been nice to fly with ortho for sure. But I just don't have the space for it. Look at that peak down there. That's pretty cool. Well, you got to give the guys, people that designed the Ortho 4XP software, a lot of props. They did it out of the goodness of their heart. They don't charge for it. I don't even know if they have a donation. If they do have a donation, I'm going to give them some money, because I think it's great that they did that. So many people get so much enjoyment out of that, you know? Yeah, look at that peak. That's cool. You guys can't see the 3 dimensions, but it's really cool to see. As you fly by it, you can just see the other side of it in 3 dimensions. It's really neat. All right, making our way down to 10K. And I could see the plateau out there, where we're going to go down the page. Tell me we got 18 minutes. So we said 1.5 left downwind. Sorry, left base for 1.5, right? That's what we said. Left base for 1.5. Let's just verify that. Left base for 1.5. Yep. I should do tightly packed scenery. Not sure what I'm not. Can you explain, Colin, what you mean? What I plan to do is the Ortho 4XP at like 17 or 18 pixel density. I think I'm at 16 now in the areas that I have covered, so it's going to take up significantly more space, but that's the plan. Yeah, so we're going to have to come down significantly to get to this elevation at page. This is the fun of VR. You could just see, you can see the contours of the terrain, the peaks and the valleys of the terrain, and when it's like this and there's so much of it, it looks so cool. Even though this is like, you know, X-plane scenery that is common and it's not really painted right, or it's, you know, it's sort of like auto-genned, if you will, it's still pretty damn cool in VR. All right, we're going to come to 10.2 here. So we came down about 2,000 feet, and we are, just make sure we're just right on with a mixture, which is great. 74%. Yeah, I got the pedal to the metal on the engine, but it's running fine. It's not overheating or anything, so get there as quick as we can. That's the way I look at it. UK has tightly packed scenery because of its... Oh, I see. Oh, yes, because it's a small country, yes, or small, yeah, country. Ah, that's a good point. I'm going to keep that in mind, Colin. I'm going to keep the UK in mind. What would be cool is to do a London to Greenland crossing. That would be kind of cool to do. Yeah, I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm going to keep that in mind. But thank you for that suggestion. All right, 50 miles out, telling me I got 16 minutes. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of the U.S. that's boring. That's why I kind of only fly in the areas that I think are interesting, you know. So I also wanted to talk about how things are going with the X-plane. I guess it was last week. Yeah, I guess it was last week I upgraded to, or maybe earlier this week, I upgraded to 11.108 beta, X-plane 11. And so far it's been fine with everything except Flight Plan Go. And Flight Plan Go just came out with a new iPad iOS update today, which I updated. But I still cannot get it to connect to X-plane 11. And I've tried pretty much everything. So I filed a bug report with X-plane Laminar Research, and hopefully they'll fix that problem, because people, and I've posted it a few places, and people say they don't have a problem with ForeFlight, so maybe it's a Flight Plan Go issue. I'm not sure. But it sucks, because I like to have that moving map up there for you guys, and right now I don't have it, so... Because if I had the moving map, I would be able to show, to know exactly where I was right now, and I would know when I could start to really descend down to 4,400, which I have a feeling from what I'm looking here is going to be past that peak out there, past those peaks. If I can zoom in with my binoculars, yeah, so if I get past those peaks, that's when I'm going to start to descend, the small peaks there. But it would be nice to have it on the map because I could see exactly what I'm going to be doing, right? So I'm hoping that they fix that. Other than that, I really haven't had any issues. Yeah, Colin, it would be cool to get to know the cities in the UK. I think I've got that on the back of my mind to add that in and because there are a number of you guys that are from the UK that watch, and I'm sure you kind of get bored of the US areas. You know, a lot of the US areas. I mean, now we're getting to some cool stuff, but I think, and I've been to the UK a couple of times. I've been to Ipswich. I've been to Newport in Wales. I've been to a bunch of different places. Obviously, London. I've been to a bunch of places in the UK, and so it would be kind of cool to get to know that a little bit. So it's a good suggestion. Is my stream frozen for some reason? Oh yeah, no, it's on my side. Never mind. My bad. All right, cool. So we are. Let's see. Oh yeah. So the other thing with X-Plane 10, X-Plane 11.10 is, and I mentioned this before. I don't think I mentioned this before in a stream. I really like the fact that they have the G1000, and the G1000 is in the Vision Jet, the Cirrus Vision Jet, which is Laminar's version of the Vision Jet. I'm not sure how accurate it is as far as the flight dynamics and all that stuff, but it's still a cool plane to fly, and especially now that it has the G1000, it's even better to fly. But the problem, one of the problems is, and I probably should report this to Laminar, is that you don't have any indication of landing gear in the cockpit. You don't have 3 green. You don't have 3 lights to show you that the cockpit, that the landing gear is down. And normally, in a SF50, the Vision Jet, it would be on the MFD somewhere around this area right here. They'd have 3 green lights or 3 red lights. The red lights meant obviously your gear was up, and the green lights meant obviously your gear was down. But the G1000 doesn't have any gear indication built into it. So probably something that Laminar is going to have to think about for airplanes with retractable gear that are going to use the G1000. You're going to have to give it some space on the MFD to indicate whether the gear is down or not, right? So that's one flaw with the Cirrus Jet, but I still like it. I still hope that they add it to FSEconomy because I think it would be a really cool addition for a person like me who likes flying GA, and I haven't really taken the time to learn how to fly the big, the big iron. It would be kind of cool to fly that. But I'm starting to really get mesmerized by the landscape here. It's really nice, really cool. But anyway, I'm hoping that they do add the 3 green status to the MFD for at least the Cirrus Jet in Laminar. The other thing, I am seriously thinking about the Eclipse 550 jet. It looks really cool. The flight controls look really cool. It looks like it's pretty nice to fly. Aerobas looks like they're a pretty good company. It has a lot of good ratings, so I'm kind of ready to step up a little bit to a faster plane, even though I love this plane. And I will continue to fly this one, obviously, for my GA plane. But I'm kind of ready to kind of step up to a faster plane. And I thought the Cirrus Jet was going to be it, the Laminar research, but I just think I need something a little bit more, I don't know, difficult to fly, if you will. More flight systems, things to learn, that kind of thing. And I'm thinking the Eclipse 550 might be the plane I want to try. I'm also looking at the Tecnam, was it 206? That's a twin prop plane. That's got a G1000, the Laminar G1000. So that looks like it should be something that'd be cool. But I think my next plane purchase is going to be a small GA jet. and maybe the Eclipse. Now, what I do like about the Cirrus jet is you can put 6 passengers in it. So if they ever add it to FSEconomy, you can use it. But that's a big if, right? Who knows how quickly they're going to move. All right, so we are now 29 miles out, and I think I can start to come down here. So I'm going to bring her down to 8,000. Check that, 7,500. And at 20 miles, we'll announce. We're at 27 now. So 20 miles, we'll announce. Swedish Viking, how you doing? You like X-Plane compared to FSX? I like your videos. Thanks, Swedish Viking. I appreciate that. Yeah, I prefer X-Plane 11 majorly over FSX. Boy, am I starting to get into ortho? Ah, this is where the ortho starts, I believe. It looks like an ortho line right there. Cool. Yeah, because this is the edge of the pilot edge area that I can fly, so I'm pretty sure that we're going to get into... This is ortho. That's good. So I guess I already have ortho in the Grand Canyon. All right. Anyway, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. All right, we're going to come down to 7,500. And just double check here. 43. And we're doing left pattern into 1.5, right? Left downwind into 1.5. We'll announce at 20 miles out. Let's see how we're doing our frame rate. 2120, that's good. And when we go to ortho, which maybe it'll jump. We'll be interesting to see here. Because we're going to cross a line right about now. You can see that line right there. That's the line between ortho and standard X-plane. That's where it ends. Kind of interesting to see that in VR, you know, where in the landscape your map changes. So here we are. We're just crossing into ortho right now. I don't have it up there, but I guess I have it south. We shall see. All right, no stuttering. All right. I'm pretty sure that's ortho. That looks like ortho. Let's just check the frame rates. 22, 21, so still about the same. All right, so we are 20 miles out, so let's announce. Page traffic, Cirrus 328 Tango Delta. We are 20 miles east of the airport at 8,800 feet. We are planning a left base entry into runway 15 full stop page. All right, there we go. Everybody knows. There's Lake Powell over there. And I can actually probably take this even further down. We're going to go to 60... We'll go to 6,800. And I'm just going to start to slow the plane down a little bit here. All right, we're going to get on that left tank because you can see the tanks are a little tilted, so I just switched to the left tank. And we're just bringing our... Oh, that's the... I don't want to bring the mixture down. What am I doing? I want to bring the power down, throttle down. Start to back the power off a little bit. We don't need to get there too fast. We got to find the runway and we got to enter left base. So we're just going to slow her down here. I got power at 20% right now. Page traffic, Cirrus 328 Tango Delta. We are 15 miles east of the airfield at 8,000 feet. And descending, we are planning a left base entry into runway 15 full stop. Page. Let's see. Ortho is a must. Yeah, it is so much better. I totally agree. Swedish Viking. I used to have FSX, but too much bugs. X-plane is more stable. Yeah, and it looks better. Swedish Viking. I'm not sure if you fly in VR, but it definitely, X-plane looks so much better in VR. It just ridiculously better in VR. All right, so we're at 129 knots and descending into 6,800 feet. Look at the terrain there. That is awesome. That looks awesome. The shadowing looks great. It looks so great. Wow, you can see the shadows because it's where the sun is of those I guess they're hills there, whatever the hell they are. Rock formations. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. And there's Lake Powell over there, and that's old scenery, but this is all ortho to the south there. You can see there's the ortho. Pretty cool. All right, we are coming to 11:10. We're 10 miles out almost. I'm going to see if we can pick up the airport. Yep, I see it. There it is. Okay. Page traffic, Cirrus 328 Tango Delta. We are 10 miles east of the airport at 7,000 and descending. We have the airport in sight. We'll be making a left base entry into runway 15 for full stop landing. Page. All right, look at that. Ooh, that's cool. Not sure what river that is, but that's Lake Powell over there. I know that. This looks really nice. All right, so we're going to get ready to take over the plane here. Won't be able to see the chat here for a little bit, guys. It is awesome, Swedish Viking. The sense that you get of depth, like right now I'm looking down and that looks like it's a real river, a real lake. And I could see the difference between where the water is and the rocks, and it's just incredible. All right, so let's gain control back here. I'm going to say mixture full in, and I'm going to take, we're off autopilot here. I do have the airport in sight on my GPS, which is great. I'm going to fly a little bit north of the airport so I can enter on the left base. And my airport's at about 4,500 feet. So we're about 2,000 above it, which is a little high. We want to enter that traffic at about, we're going to enter that left base at about 800 feet, or maybe even lower, 700 feet. So, but we're in good shape here. Got some cool stuff to look at. Finally, after all those, the water looks like it's moving. That's so cool. After all those miles and miles of farmland and circle crops and all that stuff, we're finally getting into some cool stuff to look at, which is awesome. Oops. All right, let's get you know what, let's get a look outside here. And there we are, we're behind the plane, and that's what it looks like in VR, guys. All right, I have a feeling I'm on that plateau there. But let me just see if I can pick up my airport here. And there she is right there. Yeah, so we're on that plateau. So my left downwind is probably, sorry, left base is probably out over here. Now, if I had my moving map, I'd be able to see exactly where I was. Although I do have it here on the MFD, so I can kind of get a sense. And I know runway 15, in fact, set heading bug to 150.
Altimeter 2900.
No. Altimeter 2929.
Altimeter 2929.
No, altimeter to standard. Altimeter to standard barometer.
Altimeter 2992.
There you go. Set heading bug to 150.
Heading bug set to 150 degrees.
All right, so now I know from my heading bug where the runway heading is. Oh, that looks so cool, that lake. Although you can see half of it's ortho and half of it's X-plane. It's kind of weird. All right, so we're going to get out here. And we are coming down. We're looking good. Let's see. Page traffic, Cirrus 320 Delta. We are 3 miles northeast of the airport. We'll be entering on the left base for full stop landing runway 15 page. All right, so there's my airfield. Right there. We're at 110, so we can put the flaps in, or close to 110. Sorry, 119. 119 on this plane is where you want to put your flaps in. I learned that from a real Cirrus SR20 pilot who commented on one of the videos. He said 119. He said it is common for the nose to come up when you hit the flaps, when you put the flaps in, but you want to put the flaps in at 119 because otherwise you're probably going to damage the plane, or not damage the plane, but you might damage yourself by crashing the plane. All right. Page traffic, Cirrus 3, Tango Delta, we've entered the left base, runway 15, full stop, page. All right, we're going to be on final here in a few seconds. Let's go flaps full. I'm just using my heading bug to figure out perpendicular to the runway, which I'm looking good right there. Well, this is a nice landing. You got all this terrain here, and you got this plateau. Cirrus 320, page traffic, 328 Tango Delta. We are turning final runway 15, full stop, page. You guys, you can't see it, but in VR, this looks awesome. The plateau there, the cliffs below the lake. As we enter into page, let's get ourselves lined up here. Quit jabbering, and don't stall the plane. All right. We got flaps full. Gear, gump is gas is good. We're on the right tank. Left tank. Undercarriage is welded, mixture is in, and prop we don't have to worry about. So we're at 75. We're coming a little steep. Let me get my nose up a little bit with the trim. But we're online, looking good. I feel like the frame rates are great. Here's the 15. I got the numbers. I want to land right where those two little rectangles are. That's where I want my wheels to come down, where all those other skid marks are. And that would be just perfect if I could do that. Flare her out and throttle down, and close enough. Beautiful. All right, we're going to run this. Let's just hit the brakes here because we're going to take off right from here. All right, flaps up. Set parking brake.
Brakes set.
Beautiful. All right, so what do we do here? Well, we have to stop the plane, and we got to pick up our passengers. So let's get mixture off. We're going to get all this stuff off here. Actually, I could just leave this stuff on. I got to turn the plane off. Okay. And let's do the FSEconomy. In flight. Start flight. We got 33 gallons of fuel, and we got our 3 assignments. I'm just going to double check that. We are en route with 33 gallons of fuel, which is plenty of gas to get to where we're going. Let me just get this plane started up again. So we're going to go clear prop, and let's start the engine. Beautiful. All right. Just let her just sit there a little bit. Make sure we set our... Let's figure out our altitude. So we're going to be... We don't have any peaks in between us, I don't believe. Well, actually, we're going to have to get up to 9,000. Looks like. Let's just see here. 65. We're going to have to get up to 6,000. And then we're at 6,600 for Grand Canyon National, so we might as well fly at 8 or 9. Let's fly at 9. Let's fly at 9. All right, let's do 9. I think 9's safe. So we'll set ourselves to 9,000 right now. Beautiful. I'm just going to turn the flight director, just reset the flight director. We're set to 9,000. We've got our GPS in. Our next, we're a PGA, but we'll pick up the next one. Why didn't that switch over? That's weird. Well, worst comes to worst, I can always, if it doesn't switch, and it usually does switch to the next route. If it doesn't switch over, then I can go in and just activate the next leg is what I'll do. So, but I think we're good to go here. We know which way we're going. We're flying south, pretty much southwest, if you will. Let me just look at the chat here. You guys think X-Plane will be lower on Steam? It's actually, look at it today. I think X-Plane, there's a deal on Steam today for X-Plane, so you might want to check it out now. Yeah, you might want to check it out now. Oh yeah, it is very cool landing in VR. That's one of the coolest things about virtual reality flying is landing in VR, because you can get such a sense of the terrain. It's so much easier. You really feel like you're in a plane for like about 15 seconds when you're just focusing on hitting the runway the right way. You kind of forget that it's all virtual. And that's what's really cool about it. In any event, we're good to go here. So let's, where's our next route? Our next route is right there. So we're going to basically take off here, and we're going to bank about 10 degrees to the right. And hopefully our next route will get picked up. So page traffic, Cirrus 328, page traffic, Cirrus 328 Tango Delta. We are departing runway 15 to the southwest, climbing to 9,000, departing the pattern page. All right. Everybody knows what the hell we're doing. We got it good. We're good on gas. I'm going to stay on this tank because it's just about the same. And I'm going to assume flight checklists and stuff, guys. So here we go. Let's throttle up. And then RPM's looking good. Release the brakes. And let's light this candle, baby. Looking for 65. We got 49, 50. Flaps to 1. Sorry about that. I forgot the flaps. And there we go. Nice, easy takeoff. We didn't pick up our GPS yet, but hopefully we will. If not, I'll have to get in there and deactivate the leg. Oh, I know what it is. It doesn't like... I have a... oh, crap. You know what it is? I have a coordinate in there, a GPS coordinate in there, and I guess this GPS doesn't like that. So the good news is I do have a line to follow to Grand Canyon, so we'll just fly heading. I don't need no stinking GPS. We know it's about 58 miles, so. And I could do nearest airport. Oh no, well, we'll know because we're 65 miles now, so we're good. We'll be fine. I'll be fine. All right, let's get our flaps up. What I could do is, once I get everything stable and flying, get on the right heading here. So the heading is... Looks like it's about 146, right? Set heading bug to 149.
Heading bug set to 140 degrees.
No. Sorry, what am I doing? What? That's weird. My compass is messed up. Why is my compass messed up? Just go to CDI here for a second. All right, I want it at set heading bug to 200.
Heading bug set to 200 degrees.
All right, that's what we want. Let's go on autopilot heading. And then we're going to do vertical speed. We're going to go up 500 feet per minute. And we'll stay on that heading of 200, which will, I might have to tweak a little bit until we get the autopilot going here properly. Probably want to just go a little bit to the left. All right, let me get my flight plan up. And yeah, for some reason it's not, you go to menu. Crap. Why doesn't menu work? Menu, okay. Delete flight plan. That's not what I want to. I want to activate next leg, but it doesn't let me do that. Okay. So over here it shows the thing, but over here it doesn't. All right. Well, you know what? I don't need this to get where I'm going. I can get where I'm going without the GPS. We'll just fly the heading. Make our altitude 9,000. And enjoy the scenery. Are we in New Mexico, I guess? Page, New Mexico? I think Page is one of the places in American Truck Simulator. Yeah, it is. It's definitely one of the places in American Truck Simulator. I remember driving there in ATS many, many, many times. But we are definitely going to see some Grand Canyon action here, which is cool. And we're going to assume, well, we're not going to assume anything, but we're 60 miles north of Grand Canyon National. And I kind of know where Grand Canyon National is because I've flown around there a lot in X-Plane and also in Aerofly, so I kind of know where that is. Just beautiful scenery. All right, so we should be okay here. Looks like our heading's all right. It does have our destination. It says set heading bug to 199.
Heading bug set to 190 degrees.
No. Set heading bug to 199.
Heading bug set to 199 degrees.
All right. Yeah, so I guess with this GPS, you can't, on this plane, it's got a problem when you just do like a GPS coordinate. You've got to enter like a waypoint, like a named waypoint in GPS. So I was just trying to get the right line up with the runway at Grand Canyon, but unfortunately it didn't work, so that's okay. Let's lean out here a little bit. See the RPMs coming up and the gas consumption going down, which is great. Until we see, there we go. It's right there. It's probably just about right. 2,700, 78, and we're doing 13 gallons. I'm going to switch over to the right tank. And we're coming to 8,000, heading for 9. Check our frame rates, 24. As soon as we get into ortho, the frame rates go up a little bit, which is really good. See what you guys are saying in chat. Not much. Well, thanks for guys. Got the 8 people watching. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Just cruising along here, making our way to Grand Canyon, getting these 3 people there, make a little bit of money. And from Grand Canyon, the next trip, I guess it's number 8, is going to be to Las Vegas. And then number 9 will be from Las Vegas to LA, probably. So it looks like we've got 2 more trips after this, and I'm in Los Angeles, ready to pack this thing up and hire someone to ship it to Hawaii. And that's what it's been all about. That's what I've been trying to get to. So really looking forward to that. The other thing is, you see Donovan Young's name there on the plane, on the wing. Donovan is my lone ace level Patreon subscriber, and I appreciate that, Donovan. We've got a couple levels, 2 levels actually. Patreon $5 level is the cadet level, and that's gets you certainly mentioned on the video. Actually, there's a title video that I have at the end of my production videos that I put all the Patreon sponsors, so you get your name there. But if you go to the ace level, which is $10 a month, you get your name on the Bambino Games SR20. And I'll actually probably do that on any plane that I kind of standardize as a plane that I fly. So right now it's this one, but if I decide to make, let's say, for example, the Cirrus Jet a standard plane, then I'll probably do the same thing and keep those ace level Patreons names on the wings, so you guys are flying with me, because I do appreciate the support. It's not necessary, but it certainly helps me bring better content to you guys. And the whole idea is to foster the virtual reality flying. There we go. We're going to level out at 9,000, and we are pretty good on our heading. So I'm just going to leave that be. Pretty much flying just, I could probably just tweak it a little bit to the 198 is probably right. That's fine. We're going to start to get some nice views of the Grand Canyon. But before I do that, happy Thanksgiving, Swedish Viking. Appreciate that. Before I do that, what I want to do is show you the VR Aviators group. VR Aviators group is a Facebook group that you can join. It's facebook.com/group/VR Aviators, or just search for VR Aviators group in the Facebook, right, as you can see right there. And we've got about 145 members and growing every day. And these are all people that are interested in virtual reality flight simulation, any simulator, any headset, so Vive or Oculus Rift, or if you're using a Pimax or whatever you're using, as long as it's, you know, obviously working with VR. Even if you're not into VR yet and you just want to learn about it, join the group, and we're some great people in there that can answer lots of questions and stuff for you. So that's the VR group. Make sure you check that out. Let's see, that's our, we can get rid of that. The less Chrome you have open, the better. Grand Canyon, okay, we're just, that's where we're going, we don't care about that. That's our sky vector, so you can see here we're going to Grand Canyon National. We're going to have to be at 6609 to get there. We're going to set our ATA, SETCOM 2 to 124.3.
COM2 set to 124.8.
SETCOM 1, hold on. SETCOM 2 to 124.3.
COM2 set to 124.3.
SETCOM 1 to 122.95.
COM1 set to 122.95.
No. Well, that's yeah. See, this is a towered airport, so we're not going to go through those procedures because there's no one to talk to. But we could treat it as if it's CTAF if you guys like. There's the GPS coordinate that screwed me up in this G1000, but that's okay. All right, let's see what we got here. There's the Grand Canyon right there, baby. We're going to start crossing that. 42 miles outside of Grand Canyon National. Beautiful scenery. Let's check our frame rates. 23, 24. I'm happy with that. Now, if I was running that 7700K, I would probably get about a 5 to 7 frame rate increase. So instead of 24, I might be running at 30. So, you know. And don't forget, I use my computer for more than just X-Plane, so that's why I'm considering that upgrade. But yeah, there's the Ortho Grand Canyon. Now, I'm planning on redoing all this with denser Ortho once I get to the bigger hard drive, so. But it is still really cool to look at, like, the painted landscape of the Grand Canyon. It's pretty cool. I want to try flying around here at sunset. In fact, let me see if I can make that happen at the risk of bombing everything here. Flight configuration. Let's go to... There we go. Let's see what it looks like there. Ooh, that's cool. That's a little too dark. Let me just do this. There you go. Let's try that. That's cool. It's a little darker out. Kind of see the contours of the shadows and stuff. It's really cool. Looks awesome. If you've never been to the Grand Canyon, this is a way to see it, right? I mean, you're seeing it virtually, but you're definitely seeing it, which is really cool. All right, we're looking good for our coordinate here. What I want to do is let me just get on. I want to get on the line. So we're going to fly back a little bit towards our red line there. And then once we get that plane on that red line, I'll give her a turn. And hopefully we can get right on the right course. "35 miles out, making good progress, starting to cross the Grand Canyon. Looks awesome. Looks awesome. And that has it as at 197. I think we are right on the money. All right, let's see if we can hear CTAF. Oh, no, sorry, ATIS.
Grand Canyon National Park Information Zulu. 0 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 1, dew point -24. Altimeter 2992. Arriving runway 03, departing runway 03. Advise on initial contact, you have Zulu.
Zero 03, they said, right? Let's just look at our look at our chart here. Finder. Got an airport diagram here. 03 is the one from the... Hey, thanks for the subscription there, Sullivan. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. 3 is going to the north. We're just gonna land on 2-1. That's the way we're coming in. So we're just gonna land on 2-1. We're in fantasy land here, guys, so we don't have to really worry too much about it. Let's see. I will in the future get VR and also support you in your videos. So cool. Thanks, Swedish. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for finding us. And yeah, check out my YouTube channel because there's a lot of good information about VR flying. If you're getting into it, there's actually a guide that I did, the guide to virtual reality flight simulation, which has over 30,000 views now, which is one of my most active recent videos. Wow, that looks really, really nice at 5 o'clock in the evening. That looks so cool. The Grand Canyon. Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, that video, I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. People think it's very helpful, so be sure to check that out, and hopefully it'll help you. I think we should be okay here, altitude-wise. And we're just going to make a straight into 2-1. We're kind of heading anyway, so when we get to 10 miles, we'll give it a look, and we should be able to see it. Once we get over this peak, provided we're not too low here, I might have to take a quick command of the plane here and bring her up, but I think we're okay. Look at that Colorado River, I'm assuming, down there. Wow, look at the shadows. So the shadows of the peaks to the west are coming on the cliffs of the east. That is awesome. That is awesome. There you go out there, see? Let's take a look at the outside cam view. That looks pretty frickin' cool. And let's take a look at the zoom view. Here we go. That's pretty cool. All right, 23 miles out. Grand Canyon National, Cirrus SR20 takeoff Delta. We are 20 miles north of the airfield request arrival, Grand Canyon National. Assuming we're talking to the tower there. So the tower comes back and says, you know, we've got you on at 9,000 feet. They might tell us to descend. They might tell us to climb. Whatever, probably more stay at this level altitude. And when they're probably now at this point, once they know who we are, they're going to guide us into land in at the airfield. So we're going to wow, look at that. That looks awesome. We're going to assume 2-1, landing at 2-1, and we're just going to take it. I'm just going to take it on my own here. Pretty close, about 500 feet there, maybe 400 feet. Oh, look at that. We got a GPS vector that's going to take us right in. So when we get to that little bump there, I'm going to turn this plane and we should come right into the runway. It's probably 210, so I'm just going to change to 210 and then we should be good to go when I get to the right point here. So we can, yeah, I think I'm going to be on the left tank. It's a little fuller. And I'm going to start turning my heading bug a little bit. Not that way. Come on. There's 205. There's 211. I'm going to go to 210. And we should be right on the money now. So we are 13 miles out. So we're going to assume we have clearance to land at 210. I can pretty much see the runway right there. There he is. See it? There's our zoom in. There's Grand Canyon National. They got it. Oh, there's the cops there. Uh-oh. Maybe they're waiting for us. Who knows? We're going to have to come down a little bit. So let's start to descend. And we're going to bring this down to... we'll bring her down to... Bring her down to about 8,000. 10 miles out. Grand Canyon National, Cirrus 3, taking Delta on 10-mile final runway 21, Grand Canyon National. We'll start to slow the plane down. Can't get mesmerized by the scenery. Wow, look at that. I've definitely flown around here before. It's awesome. It's an awesome place to fly in VR. It really is. It's a lot of fun to just take the Cessna and just fly in and out of all these valleys and stuff. All right, so I'm going to take the plane over now. We're off autopilot. I want to get her down to 119 so I can put in the flaps. Want to get our trim set, nose up a little bit, coming down to 128. All systems are go. Let's do our gas is good. Sorry, it's gump, right? So G is gas. So we're going to be in the right tank. Undercarriage is welded. Mixture is in, and prop we don't have to worry about. We have flaps at 119. We're coming there now. Let's put the flaps in now. You hear the flaps there. That's XP Realistic Pro, giving you that sound of the flaps. So now we're starting to slow down. We're going to throttle a little bit. Keep our altitude and our speed going. We don't want to get too slow. And about 95, we'll put in the second flaps. Go full flaps into Grand Canyon National, coming down nicely. Want to keep those passengers comfortable. Let's go full flaps. Nose comes up a little bit. And we're still descending. Got to get down to 6,600, so we're doing good. Just want to make sure we don't stall the airplane. So 80 knots is probably a good speed to get to the threshold, and then we can drop her from there. Shooting for those skid marks right on the runway. '79, got a little bit of town action going there. Nice to see some people after flying all those thousands or hundreds of miles without seeing any civilization. 76, little bit low here. There we go. Hopefully the cops aren't waiting for us, like I said. 78, and we are full flaps. We're good to go here. One orange, one white, which is what we want. Perfect descent angle. Keep her at 77. And the SR20 is so easy to land. Just flare her out and then drop the throttle to idle, and it just comes right down. There we go. Coming in nicely. Would like to have an audible. There we go. 75. We're going to drop her down. We'll be a little past the marker. Let's nose her up a little bit. Drop her down. Throttle back. Let her come down nice and easy. Here we go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Boom. And that's how you do it. Back wheels and then the forward wheels. Slow her down. Then we take this one. This ramp. Got to go to the next ramp. And that's how you do that. All right, flaps up. Pretty nice landing. Always like it when I land on the back wheels and then just put the nose down. That's a good feeling to do that, because that's what you would want to do in real life, right? One thing I always forget to do that I learned from watching Mr. Aviation 101, a great channel if you want to watch a real GA aviator, he's really, really good, is that when he takes off, he taps the brakes to stop the wheels from spinning. I always forget to do that, and that's a good thing to do. There's our tower at Grand Canyon National. I think this might be one of the airports they've added scenery to in X-Plane, maybe in 05 or maybe 010, not sure. So we'll go right over here. Got some temporary building. That's probably where the GA is. Pick up a burger. Go to the hotel for the night, and then get ready for our next flight to Las Vegas. Lost wages. And hopefully, Flight Plan Go will be fixed soon, because that's a major pain in the ass not having that. It really is. Well, that's not where I want to go, because those are vehicle hangars. I'm just going to say my hangar's over here. We have a private hangar here at Grand Canyon National for the Cirrus 328 Tango Delta SR20. By V-Flight Air, by the way. Shout out to them. Now, they didn't give me this plane. I bought this plane, but I give them a shout out because I really think that they make a nice product. And what's really cool is they hang behind their product. They support it. They come out with updates. They are trying to make it better. And that's impressive. And when you pay $35 for a plane, it's not a lot of money, but you know, you're paying $35 for a virtual piece of, virtual plane that you want to fly and you want to enjoy. And when you know you have a company that stands behind it and doesn't charge you for updates, Coronado does. It's really cool. But V-Flight Air, those guys are good. So check it out. If you want to fly this plane, go to V-Flight Air site, and they have it there. You can buy it. Maybe they have a special today. I don't know. Anyway, let's get this. Let's see what we got here in the. Let's see what we got. We're gonna. Oh, we want to shut everything down here. So let's go to mixture, prop back. Let's get the plane off. We're gonna turn all their switches off. And we are shut down. And we want to go to FSEconomy and make sure we get our money. Okay, cool. Just ended the flight. So let's go to show you guys what I'm doing here. So we just ended a flight. So go to my flight. That should be empty. Go to the log. And there we go. We made $2,000. Not bad. Made $2,000. We'll take the $2,000. 35 minutes of rental. That was from PGA to Grand Canyon. So made a little bit of money. At least covered gas, that's for sure. And we're one click closer to getting our way to. Oh, there's a car going by. You guys can't see that. But again, make sure you check out the VR Aviators group on Facebook. Just search VR Aviators group and join that up. We're looking for as many members as we can get that are interested in VR aviation. And anyway, guys, that's just about going to do it for me. I appreciate everybody watching today. Please hit that like button if you like what you saw. Don't forget to subscribe to Bambino Games. Colin, happy Thanksgiving to you. Swedish, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And when you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell icon, because that's going to give you an indication of when I'm streaming or when I put up a new video. And you'll get an email notification. You can join up. I don't always schedule my streams, because it really my schedule is kind of wacky, and I try to do it on the weekends a couple times. I'll probably do one again this weekend. Get this plane to Las Vegas, but I do appreciate you guys watching, and have a great Thanksgiving, guys. Take care.